Good morning and welcome to the Senate Executive Departments and Administration Committee meeting of March 23rd, 2022. We're going to start the day by opening the public hearing on House Bill 1681 and recognize the prime sponsor, Representative McGuire. Good morning, Representative, or Madam Chair.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the Senators. I'm Karen McGuire, representing Merrimack District 29, towns of Allentown, Epsom, and Pittsfield. And I'm introducing House Bill 1681, and I strongly urge you to support it. It updates all the building codes and the fire code, and it establishes a 6-month period when the codes change that allows a builder to use either the old or the new code. And that's because in many cases, particularly on large commercial projects, the design period is lengthy and they don't want to, we don't want to have them say, well, if you get your building permit on Friday, it's one version of the code. If you get it on Monday, it's a different code. We want them to be able to essentially work undisturbed. It also adopts all the amendments approved by the Building Code Review Board and the Fire Control Board. So it gets the 2018 codes up to date with all the New Hampshire specific amendments. And I'll answer some questions, but you have detailed ones. There's a gallery of very knowledgeable people behind me.
Thank you very much for your testimony, Representative. If we should adopt this and it gets signed into law, is it true that we will then be one code cycle behind, which is where we want to be?
Which is where we want to be, yes. I don't know if the 2021 codes are out yet or not. They probably are, but we don't want to adopt them until some of the more obvious issues that are certainly there have been dealt with by somebody else.
Okay. Thank you very much, Representative. Okay, the chair will call Sean Toomey.
Representative McGuire did a great job with the introduction, so I don't have a whole lot to offer. I will just note that the 2021 codes are out, and both boards are in the process of reviewing those, getting ready for the next cycle at this point. The only note that I would add to this is that in Senate Bill 398, this committee made a recommendation to amend the 6-month period, the effective date upon passage, instead of 60 to 60 days. So that's just one consideration I think we should have, is that both of them would match the section in House Bill 1681. I thought would match the upon passage instead of 60 days out. So, and other than that, I fully support the work that both of the boards have done, and I think it's a collaborative effort between all the stakeholders to come up with the representative amendments, and I think we're ready to move forward and hope you'll support the process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toomey. Are there any questions for our state's fire marshal? Seeing none? Thank you. Are there any other members of the public that would like to speak to House Bill 1681? You signed up over there. I saw you signing up, Gary. So, good morning, Mr. Abbott.
Good morning. Thank you very much. For the record, my name is Gary Abbott. I'm the Executive Vice President of the Associated General Contractors of New Hampshire. I'm here today to support House Bill 1681. It clearly, for us, I represent commercial and industrial contractors. Clearly, this is a priority bill for us in the sense that it updates the code. We got a little behind. It does catch us up. We have a person that's on the Building Code Review Board. I know they're reviewing the 2021 code, so I'm very optimistic that what this bill and other bills that are dealing with building codes is putting in place is going to have a great process for us in the future. And I think this session has gone really well with the legislative support we've had both in the House and Senate. Thank Senator Carson as well for those other bills. I think this has all come together for the industry. But clearly for us, the priority is to update these codes. That section is really important. We also appreciate what the House did as far as the 6-month. You can use the old code or new code. Definitely comes into play with commercial construction. If you've been doing a school building design and you're about to release it and get a permit, you don't want the changeover of the code. You want that leeway. So we appreciate that. And we also agree with the fire marshal if they need some tweaking to match the Senate version, that would be great. But would hope this committee would support this bill.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abbott. Are there any questions for Mr. Abbott? Seeing none, thank you very much. Are there any other members of the public who would like to speak to House Bill 1681? Okay, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. We have a few minutes. Would you like to go into? Okay. Senator Reagan moves executive session, seconded by Senator Ricciardi. We have in front of us House Bill 1681. I would like to propose an amendment, a committee amendment that will change the effective date to upon passage. That's all we need to do. Okay, Senator Reagan moves on to pass on the committee amendment.
Second.
Seconded by Senator Prentice. Is there any discussion on the committee amendment? Okay, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Is there a motion on the bill as amended? Senator Reagan moves on to pass as amended. Is there
Second.
seconded by Senator Prentice? Is there any discussion on the bill as amended? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. It can't go on the consent calendar because we're missing a member. So, Chantel, I'll take this one out. Okay. Okay. I'd like to thank everyone, everyone that's Representative McGuire, Fire Marshal Toomey, Mr. Abbott. I see Sean Thompson in the back. Steve Rancourt, all these folks, everyone came together to work on these codes. It's been a very long process, but we now have a process in place, and this was the first exercise of that process, where everyone is working collaboratively and working together. And I would just like to thank my colleague from the House, Representative McGuire, who's the chair of EDNA in the House. And it's by all of us working together that we were able to get these codes done without it being very contentious. Okay, we've got about another 5 minutes. Is there, how do you feel about executing other bills without Senator Kavanaugh being here? Do you folks? Okay, well, we can wait. It's just that we have the time. So can I get a motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
Moved by Senator Ricciardi. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Prentice. Okay, the committee will be in recess until 9:15.